Hi, my name's Jared Rill. Today, my presentation will discuss literacy and history, and more specifically, the importance of developing students' historical understanding. So, what is historical understanding? Many students would associate learning history with the memorization of historical facts in order to, in effect, ace the end of term exam. These historical facts form what is commonly known as historical knowledge. Separate to this accumulation of facts is the idea of having an understanding of history. This understanding, while built upon historical knowledge, is the development of an empathetic outlook towards historical periods. Historical understanding comes from the engagement in historical literature, comprehension of cause and effect relationships, the identification and analysis of historical perspectives, and making a personal connection with the people of history. The issue, most significantly, is that many secondary history students lack the ability to give in-depth explanation of historical periods, thus demonstrating their lack of historical understanding. While most students have the ability to recall historical knowledge, when prompted to analyze historical texts and identify key perspectives, beliefs, and ideals, issues tend to arise. The importance of developing historical understanding and teaching students to become historical thinkers has in many cases been forgotten or lost due to the misconceptions about the nature of history and the difficulty of teaching students to become historical thinkers. There are a variety of potential causes for lack of student historical understanding. Primarily, the lack of student knowledge of the basic ideas embedded in the historical period will inevitably lead to a deficiency in their overall understanding. This idea is reflected by Stills in the 2006 article, in which it is outlined that historical knowledge and understanding must work together to ensure students have a firm understanding of the topic. Another potential cause of the issue is the limitations in teaching time. Commonly, class time is spent focusing on the development of students' knowledge, leaving little time to explore the deeper themes of a historical period. Although many scholars vary in their methods in which to solve a lack of historical understanding, they unanimously agree that historical understanding is unmistakably vital in the teaching of history. Hunt's book, published in 2000, and Drake and Brown's 2003 article agree that teaching historical understanding should be of the highest priority in the classroom. And without understanding in history, the discipline is reduced to some sort of trivial quiz game. Similarly, the idea of ensuring students make the connection between the past and their present life is vital in the history classroom. Understanding how people in the past lived and thought is an essential skill which all students must acquire in order to develop their personal understanding of history. Literacy in the Australian curriculum outlines that all students must become literate people in both the school environment and in society by developing the knowledge, skills, and dispositions to interpret and use language confidently. Additionally, the Australian curriculum explains that literacy skills enable students to communicate effectively through interpreting, analysing, and constructing text, which is pertinent to the discipline. More specifically, literacy in history must integrate a wide range of informative, persuasive, imaginative text. To address the issue, a teacher must ensure they are meeting the needs of all the students in their classroom. To do this, they can collaborate with professional colleagues, investigate the current research pertinent to the issue, or get involved with professional development opportunities. Through this, history teachers can equip themselves with the essential pedagogical frameworks to ensure students have a complete historical understanding. Appropriate pedagogical frameworks are essential to encourage students to develop understanding. Examples of successful pedagogy include Drake and Brown's 2003 source-based pedagogy, the pedagogy of historical inquiry, or Roberts' 2010 benchmarks of historical thinking. Without effective pedagogy in the classroom, it is in effect impossible to resolve the issue of students who lack historical understanding. Thank you for listening.